Islam, as you can see. We looking at the Chicago Daily Law Bulletin. This was in 2014 on October 14th. And we had a title, Fake Liens Net 7-Year Prison Term. So this video, I'm going over some of this, Moorish sovereign citizen stuff that a lot of y'all getting caught up in. This not what we own. We not with none of this shit. We not with fake ass liens that's getting your ass locked up that ain't gonna do nothing no way. We not with that. We not with fake ass fiat that people making, saying they Moors, acting like they making sovereign documents that can be accepted for value. We not with that fraud. We not with acting like we the United States and none of their departments. That's fraud. And you can go to prison for this stuff. We not with trying to discharge some shit. Like all this is some broke, bum ass shit. The majority of people you're gonna see doing this stuff is lazy. They don't want to work. They ass incompetent. They don't know how to do contract. They broke as hell, and they ain't never be the case. And they playing with your life, telling you what to do. So we got this, a federal judge today slapped a 7-year prison sentence on the one who filed false property liens against judges and other workers in the justice system. So it's a lot of people in this Moorish community telling y'all to do this stuff. And y'all done already seen some of them go to jail for it. Some of them fighting cases. Some of their ass on probation now. Some of their ass got warrants out. We not with none of this shit. We not with being unlawful. This is why I went over the video with contract. Because y'all done contracted into this stuff. And when it come time to pay your part of the contract, your ass got bad credit. You don't want to pay back. Now you don't know shit. You don't know law. You don't remember you signed it. You ain't the accommodation party. You don't know nothing about being a trustee. You ain't the citizen. None of this. Even though we told you how to not be that for real, but people just want to print their own shit and try and bring it in the public like they gonna honor it. And they not gonna honor it. They gonna lock you up. Moors like me not gonna care because we told you already. So I'm just gonna prove that all this is fraud to you. And this is like also a public notice because we not on this. We don't do this. So let me see. Let me get to some more stuff. Hold up. So we're gonna go here first. And these is U.S. codes. These is U.S. codes. 18 U.S. Code, subsection 913. Impersonator making arrest or search. So these people telling you Sharifian this and more and like you the sheriff or some shit. Go taking people property, you going inspecting the property and all this type of stuff. They sending your ass to jail. They ain't told you about a status correction, but they told you this. Whoever falsely represents himself to be an officer, agent, or employee of the United States, and in such assumed character arrests or detains any person, or in any manner searches the person, buildings, or other property of any person. So just searching the property. Shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 3 years, or both. Yeah. It's what y'all getting into because you broke and lazy and incompetent and don't want to do business. 18 U.S. Code, subsection 915. Foreign diplomats, consuls, or officers. This is what all you Moors claim to be. It's what a lot of us claim to be, right? Whoever with intent to defraud within the United States falsely assumes or pretends to be a diplomatic, consular, or other official of a foreign government duly accredited as such to the United States and acts as such on such pretended character, demands or obtains or attempts to obtain any money, paper, document, or other thing of value shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years, or both. So they specifically saying, if you come here acting like you some diplomat, pretending to be under the treaty, and your ass attempt to get any money, you can get up to 10 years. And I got cases on standby I'm finna show you. This ain't just me showing you United States codes. Your ass getting charged. And this is what people tell you to do. Print out this sovereign document that's universally accepted for value. They trying to get you a case. I'm showing you who the agents are. They the people who teach you this stuff. This is where the sovereign citizen shit come from, because it's the same shit these Caucasians doing. Some of the Hebrew Israelites doing this shit. Talking about sending this to the Secretary of State and have sign over this and sign and let them eat off the birth certificate. Like all this shit, unverifiable, gonna get your ass locked up. You counting on them to be honorable. Let me see, what else we got up here? There's some stuff I might gotta find. Hold up. No. Okay. 18 U.S. Code subsection 911. Citizen of the United States. Whoever falsely and willfully represents himself to be a citizen of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. So which one is y'all? Because on paper, y'all citizens. On social media, y'all saying y'all Moors, Hebrews, all this other hoteps and all this type of shit. See, it's only going to matter when your ass go to court, which I'm finna show y'all. Everybody get to pretend until they get a case. That's how they go. Okay, so here is the article. This is what you're going to be looking like. See if they let me. This is what you're going to be looking like, y'all. This is, her name is Sharon Phillips. That's her name. Sharon Phillips was listening to one of y'all teaching whatever y'all teach, no corporate this and all this. Everything free discharge, and got her ass a hot, crispy 7-year piece in the feds. Let me show you how this happened. You know, the Chicago Tribune. This ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's the Tribune. Now look how they talk about her. They making fun of her ass. Look. Sharon Phillips seen the wave of moments after a federal judge sentenced her to 7 years in prison Tuesday for filing a series of bogus multi-billion-dollar liens on top court officials. Phillips, a devotee of the sovereign citizen movement that doesn't accept court rules, told U.S. District Judge Michael Reagan she was confused. See, she confused after she get this time. Now she confused. Now she want to talk and be diplomatic. This is how y'all ass gonna be. She wanted the advice of her court-appointed attorney. Now she want the attorney advice. A lawyer she previously refused to cooperate with and flat out ignored during her trial. See, they getting out of now. They getting out of now. I like to speak to Miss, Phillips said in a quiet voice that trailed off. Solomon, Reagan reminded her. The scene was the culmination of a downward spiral for Phillips, whose once promising life was derailed by an irrational ideology that has ruined her tight-knit family, according to her lawyer, Lauren Solomon. At one point earlier this year, Phillips, as well as her younger brother and both of their parents, all of whom espoused the same anti-government philosophies, were each in federal custody. So their whole family got locked up. Phillips, 44, who now calls herself River Talibae, was convicted by a jury in June of 10 counts of retaliation against a federal official for filing the bogus maritime liens in 2011 on then U.S. Attorney Patrick Fitzgerald, several judges, and other top federal court officials. The liens were filed with the Cook County Recorder of Deeds after Phillips had been barred from the Dirksen U.S. courthouse for disrupting proceedings in her brother's drug conspiracy case, prosecutors said. So she disrupted the proceedings. They brought her from the court. She lean, like y'all like to say, and got her ass locked up. Phillips's case casts a spotlight on the tactics of those who claim to be sovereign citizens, subscribing to an anti-government movement whose adherents often file nonsensical, complex legal documents and refuse to follow court rules. Phillips represented herself for more than a year while awaiting trial, filing a series of odd and unsuccessful motions in an attempt to get her case thrown out until Solomon was finally ordered to take over. Do you see the pattern? The same shit y'all, the Moorish y'all watching on YouTube going through the same shit because they status not corrected. And they lazy and don't want to work. Incompetent can't do business. When I say work, I mean business. Because you work according to your competency. So either you're a worker or a master. Either which way you're going to work. If you're a master, you're doing affairs of men. You're the agent majority. You're doing business. If you're not, your ass a slave and you're doing slave shit like this. Because you're a bum. Yeah, a bum is a mentality. It don't mean you working a job. It mean you always want an unequal ass contract. So you finna get slaved. By you even wanting that, you showing you in your lower self, and the people who can see above you is gonna make you the slave for trying to make them the slave. This was going on. Reagan and the prosecutors on the case both usually work at federal courthouses downstate, but were brought in to handle the case because Phillips's actions created conflict of interest for judges and prosecutors in Chicago whose colleagues were targeted. Before the judge announced the sentencing Tuesday, Phillips once again denounced the authority of the court in quasi-legal terminology, calling her incarceration an unauthorized punishment that is not recognized by Congress or the Constitution. And see, she don't even know what she's talking about. She talking about what's recognized by Congress and the See, she thinks she the real United States. This is this sovereign citizen shit they talking about. Them people saying we the real IRS. We the real Treasury Department. We the real, you not the real nothing. Why y'all ass going to jail? The judge was not swayed, however. His sentence was beyond the recommended federal guidelines and 6 months more than what even prosecutors had requested. In his ruling, Reagan called Phillips' attempt to harass and intimidate public officials death by 1,000 paper cuts. He also noted that she continued her campaign even as her trial approached, sending letters to him and the prosecutors naming them as defendants in a lawsuit purportedly filed in Washington. In asking Reagan to consider probation, Solomon said the sovereign citizen ideology is driven by a deep-rooted mistrust in the justice system and only inflamed in prison by those who feel that the weight of the government is stacked against them. Can we really solve this problem with incarceration? Solomon said. How powerless do they feel in the face of the overwhelming power of the federal government to have to go to this ideology that is nonsensical at best? Born and raised in Chicago's Chatham neighborhood, Phillips was the high school sweetheart of semi and career Academy basketball star Nick Anderson. In 1988, the two had a son together. And although they never married, they remained close as Anderson's star rose. First, as he led the Lions to a Final Four appearance, and then as his NBA career blossomed within Orlando Magic. So she the baby mama's ex-NBA player, whatever. She still got that work. In a 1990 interview with the Orlando Sentinel, Anderson described Phillips as his rock, a down-to-earth person who loved him for who he was and not his newfound fame and riches. You know, whatever. As a single mother, Phillips taught math at the school. Her mother founded and later became a successful real estate agent and insurance broker. Her lawyer said in a court filing last week. Solomon wrote that the unraveling of Phillips' close-knit family began with the death of her older brother, Wayne Jr., of natural causes in 2003. 3 years later, federal drug charges were brought against Phillips' younger brother, Devon. While that case was pending, Phillips' parents, Wayne and Betty, were indicted on federal tax evasion charges in a case that also featured a number of strange pro se filings challenging the jurisdiction of the court. Records show. All three were convicted and sentenced to prison. Damn. Okay. Phillips' father, who was recently released from prison, attended Tuesday hearing but declined to comment outside the courtroom. Betty Phillips is scheduled to be released next spring, record show. So they got all of them under this retarded ideology. That's one case. So for y'all filing the liens, that's what you got to look forward to. Go look up Miss Sharon Phillips, or River Tally Bay, as she's calling herself, if she's still with it. If she ain't just said F the whole movement, because niggas done sent me to the joint. Okay. Give me a second. I thought I had a case up here. I must have deleted something. Okay. Now I got some documents up here from some group. I ain't gonna blast them just yet, but they got all this stuff acting like you can download. They document and get some type of remedy. So give your boy a. Okay, here's the case. Here is the case. This is another case. So we see Sharon Phillips. She went to the joint for 7 years for these liens. Now these Moors telling you lean. Ask them about Sharon Phillips. Now here we go. We in Illinois again, in the feds. And we got this. Self-proclaimed Grand Sheik of Moorish Temple sentenced to nearly 6 years in prison for scheming to defraud the IRS out of $3.2 million. So this is for, I just showed y'all, hold up. I just showed y'all 18 U.S. Code subsection 915. And this the part. Whoever falsely assumes or pretends, okay, I can't light it up. Whoever falsely assumes or pretends to be a diplomatic or consular or other official of foreign government, like some of y'all doing, duly accredited as such to the United States and acts as such, or in such pretended character, demands or obtains or attempts to obtain any money, paper, document, or other thing of value. That's all we need to know. You're trying to get money, paper, anything of value, saying that you from this foreign government. Notice they say from a foreign government duly accredited, because you have to be recognized by them. Otherwise, they're going to say your ass is a self-proclaimed Grand Sheik or whatever, diplomat. Because they don't agree. You're not duly, they don't accredit you. They don't give you credit for that. They saying you self-proclaimed. So all y'all talking is discharge and authenticate the birth certificate and do this and do that. You have to hope that they're going to be honorable. This is 17, 4 years ago. You hoping they're going to be honorable on September 11th. What a day. You hoping they're not going to come back and pop your ass. So let's read this case. The self-proclaimed Grand Sheik of a Moorish temple in Chicago has been sentenced to nearly 6 years in federal prison for causing the Internal Revenue Service to issue more than $3.2 million in fraudulent tax returns. So he got the money. See, a lot of y'all saying, I know somebody who discharged. I know somebody who did it. I've seen it. Yeah, you can see it all you want. Do that mean they're not going to come back and lock his ass up? See, that's why I'm good on that. I'm straight. He got $3.2 million. A lot of people seen a lot of what he was doing. Now look at it. Did you see him go to jail though? Marcel A. Walton filed 3 fraudulent returns seeking $900,000 refunds, causing the IRS to issue him more than $300,000. Walton also recruited individuals, including the elderly and homeless. What I tell you, the elderly and I told you, it's always some broke stuff. These is old people who don't, how else they gonna make money? Their body almost out of here. Everybody looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a scam now. Schemes. Elderly and homeless. To join the Chicago branch of the Moorish Science Temple of America and file similarly fraudulent returns on the false pretense that temple members were entitled to remuneration from the United States government for its purported use of Moorish land. This that vast estate shit all y'all talking about. All y'all talking about the vast estate? And where the money at? It's in the feds. It's in that cell. It's in the cell. The money is your ass. In the cell. You the money. In the feds. Walton claimed to be the grand sheik of the Chicago branch of the temple. At least 17 individuals filed nearly 50 returns seeking more than $15 million in refunds, ultimately obtaining more than $3.2 million from the IRS. Walton, 47 of Chicago, pleaded guilty last year to one count of mail fraud. U.S. District Judge Thomas M. Durkin on Friday imposed a 68-month sentence in federal court on Friday. The sentence was announced by Joe R. Levin, acting U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, and Gabrielle L. Gurchi, Special Agent in charge of the Internal Revenue Service Criminal Investigation Division in Chicago. Walton exploited a vulnerability in our tax system and filed blatantly false trust tax returns. Assistant United States Attorney Carol A. Bell argued during the sentencing hearing. He used his position to recruit individuals to further his tax scheme. Just like these people doing, some of y'all. In 2010 and 2011, Walton told numerous individuals that if they became members of the temple, they could claim the money purportedly owed to the Moors by the federal government. Do this sound familiar? When I came in the movement, this is what they got me on. I came in hearing the same stuff. Walton told the potential recruits that the Moors were the original discoverers of America and that a Moorish prophet was given a deed to lands making up North America. Now, I'm not saying that's false. I'm saying I don't trust these people. Which one of y'all trust? However much of the law say we can do this, that, and the other, how far you trust them to honor it? That's what I'm saying. Walton executed the scheme by preparing and causing the preparation of trust or estate tax returns for himself and others that contain false information regarding the purported trust income, fiduciary fees, exemptions, and federal tax withheld. Walton stood to gain from the returns filed by his temple members because he instructed them to pay him 10% of the money they received from the IRS through the filing of the fraudulent returns. One of the temple members paid Walton $90,000 after receiving $900,000 in refunds from the IRS in 2010. And this is just a little summary. Y'all can look up the case for your damn self. You can look up the case for your damn self. Marcel A. Walton. These things is like we coming in looking for nationality, and we seeing a bunch of people with Ponzi schemes that's in all these secret councils and in these secret orders, and they have more allegiance to their order than they do to Allah, to our way of life. This is why everybody is against your religion, your way of life, because they want to commandeer that. They want to be able to be the one to give you orders. And most of them is frauds, and most of them finna get you locked up like a bunch of these Moors is locked up. We not sovereign citizens. Even in your own Zodiac Constitution, it say you got to follow the law of the city, state, and local, and federal. Now, whatever you think that means, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But Moors is not unlawful. We are on an honor system. We walk around saying ourself law and master. So how the hell you gonna be unlawful? See, you contracting. Because if you can be unlawful, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And they in control of the shit. What you think they finna do? Now you think they finna honor you? No, they're not finna honor you. They're not finna honor you. They're not finna honor you. Let me see. Now this is the United States statutes at large. You see, okay, volume 8, and we're looking at treaties between the United States and foreign nations. From the Declaration of the Independence of the United States to 1845. This is the United States statutes at large. So this, I didn't make this document. Whoever finna be mad. Treaties between the United States of America and foreign nations. Okay. And now we have a list of the treaties between the United States and foreign nations. So there's no such thing as sovereign citizen ideology, because we in your own United States statutes at large by United States Congress, and we finna show you how we foreign nationals. Because in your United States statutes at large, we have what's called the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. That's what we got right here. Hold up. I'm going to highlight it for you. I'm going to get it for you. Hold up. Oh, snap. I'm going to try to get it for you. There you go right there. Page 100, Volume 8, Treaty of Peace and Friendship between the United States of America and His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of Morocco. So you know that we foreign. To have a treaty, you need two nations. You got the U.S. and you got Morocco, so we don't have allegiance to the U.S. because we on the Moroccan side of the treaty. Ain't no such thing as no Moorish sovereign citizen because we are foreign national. Ain't no such thing. Okay. Let's go to another page. Okay, you see all type of treaties. And then they tell you the treaty making power. The treaty making power came by way of the Articles of Confederation. That was your first constitution. The Treaty of Peace and Friendship was 1787. The Organic Constitution didn't get made to 1789. Y'all was under the Articles of Confederation when we made that treaty with the U.S. That's where that treaty making power come from. And here's the articles and the sections in the Articles of Confederation that gave y'all that power. Now, okay. Now, let me make sure I'm on the page. Okay. So this is what y'all don't understand. A lot of y'all is going, see, we on page 4. A lot of y'all is going to these old ass laws because y'all listen to these old sheiks, whoever y'all listen to, and I'm telling you, none of them, they haven't done anything. This is why they don't know much. And this is what y'all don't understand. The reason these people these Moors is sending y'all off is because they don't want to accept the truth. The truth is we lost a war and these people took over our land. This is why we doing business. This is why they give you a birth certificate saying you a citizen, because they already took over. They took over already. This is why a lot of y'all that get on social media just running y'all mouth talking. If the police in y'all face, you ain't gonna have that same energy. Your energy gonna change up because you ain't really that. You gonna lock your butt up, you gonna run, or you gonna go to jail. That's what you're going to do. See, this is what happened. This is what happened right here. Hold up. That's what happened. The usage of the world is, if a nation be not entirely subdued, to consider the holding of conquered territory as a mere military occupation until its fate shall be determined at the Treaty of Peace. So they telling you, this is the law of how the usage of the world. If a nation ain't entirely subdued, we gonna occupy it militarily until we come to an agreement that y'all gonna not fight us no more and do business, except that you lost the war. And it can sound like what it sounds like. I don't care, because I didn't actually fault these people. See, a lot of people gonna act like, oh, that's some traitor stuff. What you mean we lost the war? They don't want to fight. No, nigga, I done fought, nigga. I done fought, beat them up, I done stole on them, pistol whip them, like literally. Went to jail, fought them in there, got jumped on, came back out, fought while I was on parole. Still fighting. I ain't stopped. I'm showing people the real way to fight, because you ain't finna do shit physically. That's what I'm telling you. You ain't finna get no gun and go postal, because your ass would have been dead already. Or locked up. You're not finna fight like that. You niggas got kids and families like everybody else. The only way to fight is to do business and build. It ain't really a fight. The fight is to fight with you to change your damn mind and stop trying to bend the spoon and build. Because you don't really want no war, because you've been dead already. This is what I'm saying. Ain't no real sovereign citizen Muslims, because they ass would have been dead already or in jail already. They just talking. They ain't gonna do nothing. And right now we under military occupation, because all y'all want a war and then try and have the treaty. You can't do both. Either it's war or it's the treaty, business. This is what they tell you. It's either the holding of the conquered territory as a mere military occupation until its fate shall be determined at the Treaty of Peace. So we got a Treaty of Peace and Friendship 1787. That means we lost. That's when we came to terms on how we was going to operate over here, and you over the whole different other nation, and how we not going to kill each other. That's what the Treaty of Peace and Friendship signify. We not going to fight no more. We going to do business. But niggas too incompetent and broke as hell. That's why they trying to do discharge and lying and getting y'all ass locked up. Because they don't know how to do business. Because they minors, they not the age of majority. If it be ceded by a treaty, the acquisition is confirmed. And the ceded territory becomes a part of the nation to which it is annexed. So we got a Treaty of Peace and Friendship. They saying that we gave up the land with the treaty. That's what they saying. They saying you niggas should be doing business unless you want war. Either on the terms stipulated in the treaty of cession or on such as his new master shall impose. See, either you finna go by this treaty or you finna get this slave treatment. Get down and lay down. See, y'all don't want to accept the truth. I accept the truth. The truth is order and orders of law. That's the truth. We under occupation and we being warred against. And if your ass try and fight back physically on the low road, they gonna get your ass out of there, because that's their domain. We spiritual beings. You supposed to be spiritual. Your answer not supposed to be physical. Your answer is supposed to come spiritual. But that's dogmatic to a lot of y'all, so it's cool. I understand. Okay, on such transfer of territory, it has never been held that the relations of the inhabitants with each other are changed. Their relations with the former sovereign are dissolved. They saying you ain't no more. That's why they give you the birth certificate claiming you're a citizen, because they saying your Moorish nobility is dissolved. That's what they saying. And y'all not competent enough to change status. So you staying dissolved. You just saying what it is without doing paperwork. And they taking y'all ass to jail as soon as you catch a case. Y'all seeing it now. It's Moore's locked up. It stays some Moore's locked up. It stay up famous Moore catching the case and get his ass locked up. Or her ass locked up. And new relations are created between them and the government which has acquired the territory. That's your new birth certificate. The same act which transfers their country transfers the allegiance of those who remain in it. Citizenship, your allegiance to a government, birth certificate. Although that which regulates the intercourse and general conduct of individuals remains in force until altered by the newly created power of the state. This what y'all ass ain't getting. We lost the war. The compromise was the treaty of amity and commerce. This is why the U.S. is a business. This how they know if you is gonna be a peaceful inhabitant and just do you, because you will be doing business. But a lot of y'all can't do business because you ain't the Asian majority. So they know if you doing business, you raised up. Otherwise, you're gonna be a slave getting business done on you. Man, y'all, I'm in United States statutes at large. Man, y'all, where I'm at. And they telling you what it is. We took y'all land and we thought we had an agreement, but you niggas is not in honor. Y'all don't honor y'all contract because y'all will be honoring the Treaty of Peace and Friendship. And I'm gonna go over the treaty because a lot of us is in violation of the treaty. You can't have a treaty of amity and commerce and your ass don't do business. And you got a whole slave for business and you got it in a slave. You got it in a slave capacity. A slave with a slave name following slave principles. And it's against your religion. Divine warning. So I'm sure there's other agent stuff going on. Like I'm seeing like ain't no nationality card getting you on the plane, and it's not a passport. You're not finna make your own documents to use in a system. Anybody saying that is a fraud and a liar. You're not finna type up a reversion of a state and take that to court and get the case dismissed. It's not finna work. You're not finna send stuff to 7 different locations and that's putting people on notice. That don't mean nothing. You still finna go to jail. All you did was notify everybody you crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. 7 different, that ain't a contract. Because you signed some paper and said something. Who else agreed to it? That don't mean nothing. All this stuff y'all doing means nothing. And you can look at the people who's telling you this stuff, and you can bring them to me, have them call me out, social media, whatever. We can get on the same platform. All this stuff is easy to dispel because it's lies. Soon as the truth comes in the door, it's over with. It's over. So that's y'all need to update status once again. That name in their system. Your status in their system. Your Moorish paper, ain't nobody pulling you over asking for Moorish paperwork. That's for your own governmental functions if you own that. Most of y'all incompetent, don't know how to do that. It's cool, you can learn how to do it. But don't fall for these tricks. Don't fall for these traitorous tricks, these smelly culprit tricks, these get-rich-quick schemes. They only gonna get you if you're on a low road looking for something for nothing. That's how you get tricked. Unequal contract, trying to get over. So watch out for the tricks. Watch out for the traitors. Don't give them credit off the title. The title means nothing. How long they've been doing it means nothing. I don't mess with, if you know some more, don't ask me about who you, because I don't know them. If it ain't a few Moors, I don't know them. And it ain't no older Moors. Them the ones that sending everybody off. So study, pay attention, read, and you'll be all right. Islam.